Hello, welcome to another video tutorial from Jack's Tech Corner. I'm Jack, and I know that I'm not seen too much on the videos. Most of it is actually done by using screencasting software that allows me to capture all of the actual content that I'm talking about and put that into a video file to upload to YouTube for you. This is an actual video of myself, and I don't like to be on camera. I really don't. The hair doesn't look exactly perfect, but you know, I've seen a lot of these videos online, and I figured that I would just go ahead and put one together for you. The reason I needed the camera this time is to tell you a little bit about the different types of cameras that you can use to actually shoot your pictures with. What's sense of doing a bunch of videos about the actual photo editing software unless I'm able to put together a video to tell you a little bit about cameras that you would use as your photography to take your pictures with. The first thing I want to talk about is the point and shoot camera. Now this type of camera is probably what most of you are using out there. It's a point and shoot. There's a display on the back. We can see the display on the back as well as the lens in the front. Now there's something I really like about this point and shoot camera is right up here you can see it has a actual viewfinder, and what I mean by a viewfinder is I can put this up to my eye and I can see the picture that I'm taking a picture of, or see what I'm taking a picture of. Now on the back, most of your cameras do have this display on the back, and if we turn the camera on, you can see on this one the lens comes out. And that's good because that's telling me that it has not only a digital zoom, but it also has a optical zoom. Now, if I turn the camera around, it's actually seeing what I'm going to take a picture of. And let's see if I can get myself on there so you can see it. And I take a picture, hold it down halfway to get the focus. Then I shoot the picture. And obviously on this camera I must have the flash turned off. Let's turn on automatic. Now you should see a flash on the actual video, so you can see myself here on the camera. Get a focus. And you've seen the flash. And that one you can see it's pretty overexposed because it was pretty white on the back. Now you could take a picture that way. Now what happens is when you take a picture by looking through the viewfinder, in bright sunlight it doesn't work too well. The reason that is because the viewfinder actually, the sun kind of fades it out or over brightens the actual view. So it's kind of worthless. So on that point, or that part of my photography, I like to look through the viewfinder and at that point be able to take a picture. I'm going to shut the flash off here so I don't flash into my... And then I take a picture. So that's really nice. Now we were talking a little bit about the digital zoom and the optical zoom. As you see here with the lens coming out, that's an optical zoom. When you go to telephoto, the lens is actually moving in and out on a motor. And I'm sure you can hear that motor running. The reason you want an optical zoom, it's worth a lot more to you than a digital zoom. A digital zoom on one of these cameras, the only thing it does is crops the picture. Just like you would do in the software itself. You would actually crop the picture out. So you want to make sure that these cameras have the optical zoom. And you're going to pay more for that feature, but it's well worth it. Also make sure it has some of the more manual settings on these cameras. They all come with different settings such as macro settings, photography settings, portrait settings, landscape. But make sure there's also some settings on there that allow you to change such things as the ISO setting, which is very important. And we can talk about that later on. Hopefully I'll do some more videos and we'll talk about ISO settings. You also want to make sure you can change your white balance based on the kind of lighting that you're sitting in or that you're shooting in to make sure that the white balance is going to match the type of lights because of the different heat levels and exposures that you can get from the different light levels. That's just a couple of the settings you might want on your camera. Another thing you might want to look for is something called the picture settings themselves, such as you should be able to take this camera to fine, to medium, and to a very low resolution, because sometimes we're going to shoot pictures just to put them on the internet, and we don't need them to be very fine. The last thing I can tell you about a point-and-shoot camera is pick yourself up an extra memory card. Memory cards are pretty cheap nowadays, and they're well worth it to have with these little cameras. Another item you might want to have with your camera is a card reader. This card reader happens to be it's called an all-in-one. The reason it's called an all-in-one is because all these different slots are for the different style memory cameras. As you can see, today I was working with my SD card. See the SD card? It just simply slides right into that slot there. That's how the SD card works. And you plug it into your computer. This way you don't have to use your batteries on your camera when you're uploading or transferring the pictures from the memory card to the computer. You just use this and it's powered by the computer itself. Now the last item I wanted to show you for this short video is the DSLR. This is a digital camera. It's a Nikon D80, and it's a DSLR, or a digital single lens reflex camera. What does that mean, you ask? Well, the way this works, instead of the point and shoot camera, you're just looking straight through the viewfinder and you're seeing whatever the viewfinder's seeing. When you look through this viewfinder on a DSLR, you're seeing exactly what the lens is seeing. You're looking through the lens itself. Now, there's a drawback on these cameras. Well, it's a drawback from some people, but not so much for myself. Is on the back, this viewfinder here, or this actual display, this is actually for setting the camera up. You cannot use this camera where you're pointing it out and you're looking at this display and you're trying to see the actual picture. It doesn't work that way. You always have to look through the viewfinder. Now they are coming out, I believe there's a new Nikon out coming real soon called the D60. The D60 allows you to look through that back. But remember, that's a drawback when you're shooting outside, so it's not really worthwhile of having it. Now this camera, you would pick it up, turn it on. You can look through it. You can adjust the lens way out. And you can actually take a picture of it. And that's exactly how that camera would work. You go to fully auto, and there's all the other settings on this camera just as there is on your camera itself. Not quite enough light in here to capture the what we're shooting, but we can set the ISO. Well, the ISO is pretty far up. And the issue right now is, believe it or not, I'm creating this video and I'm the one misguiding you a little bit. My actual memory card was sitting over there, so now we can actually take a look. You can zoom in and out, and you can snap a picture. And that's what's nice about this camera. These cameras are really, really nice because of the lens. This lens happens to be an 18 by 135. My other lens I carry is a 70 by 300. These are interchangeable lenses, which means the lens comes off and you can put another lens on. So you can use a magnitude of different lenses. Well, I hope you liked this short video tutorial, and hopefully I'll make some more for you coming soon. And we can actually learn together more about digital photography and different ways to use your camera to get the best pictures that you can take, and always be creative. Till next time, this is Jack from Jack's Tech Corner. Maybe I'll see you again. And like I said, you won't see me too much on camera, but I wanted to show you those couple items. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.